Back down memory lane. Back down memory lane. Back down memory lane. Man, where do I start? At the beginning is always best. On August 3rd, 1997 at 4:30 a.m., Robert McDowell was born. Every day since birth, you will live your life to the fullest. Even though you made it through every situation, there are still a few instances and situations that could have went differently if only you knew what I know now. Let's take a trip to elementary school where my mother told me if basketball practice was canceled, to come straight home with the grunt face that every black mother makes when they mean business, you know. And also, and if you don't, you better be home before the street lights come on. I responded, okay, Ma, I hear you. I'm gonna come straight home. But in the back of my mind, knowing I wasn't coming straight home, why would I? My mother worked the night shift, and it was time to enjoy life, especially then. There was no way I was coming home. The first step out the door, the smell of gunpowder attacks my nostrils, letting me know it's about to be a wild, fun day after school. You can sense the trouble, the fights, and the park nights first thing in the morning, just off of walking out the door off the whiff of gun smoke. Me thinking, whether basketball practice was canceled or not, how active I was going to get after school. And this was the everyday ritual. Walking to school, I would always dream about covering NBA games, being a big-time journalist, and being able to talk to all the basketball greats.
How has this league helped you help others achieve their goals?
Well, this league has helped me help others by being an introduction to the game.
You in game mode. What's going through your head? Like, can you teach them that, or is it more like you have to come with it? You have to learn on your own.
It's levels to the game, right? So
In the local Chicagoland area, Kell Street, the west suburb was hit the hardest. Some people have flooded basements in their home. Most people were without power. Some people say this is the worst flood they've experienced in 30 years. Roughly 158,000 people were without electricity. Now, currently, 13,600 people are still without power. At O'Hare International Airport, the measurement said 6.43, which is the third largest on record in that area.
Finally, arriving to school, bumping into all the older teachers, grabbing my face, squeezing my cheeks, saying, "Oh, I remember when you were so young and innocent, and now you riding and involved in sports. Who would have thought?" And I just stood there looking like, "Would you please let go of my cheeks?" One of the teachers asked me if my father would be at my next basketball game, and I could just feel the walls and the room closing in on me as I knew I didn't have an answer to her question. Growing up, my father really wasn't around as much, which caused me to be an angry individual, and I know I could have handled it better, but the only way I knew how was through anger. Fast forward to the game. We're playing. We're winning. I'm playing great. And I look into the crowd and I notice my father wasn't there. And my initial reaction was anger, as always. But if I would have knew what I know now, that it's all right, it happens. He has a job. Of course he can't come to every basketball game. Just stay focused and play your game. But that wasn't the case then. Then I let my anger get the best of me. I turned the ball over as I was looking in the crowd, and an opposing teammate said to me, "Why would your father come to a game? You playing like trash anyway." And that, on top of him not being in the stands, fueled my anger even more. So I punched him in the face, and the game was canceled after that. After being separated by the referees and teammates, looking into the crowd as my teachers and peers shook their head at me, I didn't understand it then, neither did I want to. But looking back, I know I could have did it differently. Realizing that in that moment, I was too high-headed. What I would tell my younger self was to be patient, have poise. You got it. Keep playing. Do not let this one situation deter you from your goals. Get out of your own way and continue to shoot the ball as well as you know you can.